Nephilim here, and I am 7 days to dying it. Turn that motor off because I'm going to talk to you for a second. So apparently there was a town hall on Friday. I did not go to the town hall. I was not able to attend that. I had other things going on. But I saw a video from Game Nerds and Steel, which is a good video. I suggest going over there and watching that to get the skinny on what the devs said about the future for 7 Days to Die. So apparently they heard all the complaints and they addressed them in the town meeting I call it a town hall meeting, so whatever you want to call it, but that's what I call it. They addressed those issues and they made some promises and they made some statements. Now, whether or not they listen is, wait to be seen, because they have heard for years these things that we've been saying, that people have been saying. And so when you see it in the game, you'll know they actually heard it and paid attention. So basically some of the things they are going to address, like the weather thing, they may very well, they're going to talk, I think they were talking about reinstating some of the weather issues where weather has an effect on you. They're getting rid of the biome badges, and they're going to do things like, fireman's breathing apparatus for going into the burnt areas, which is just basically, stuff that we've been saying. Just give us equipment we got to wear, don't give us magic badges. And they're going to be changing some of the things, like they're going to get rid of the plague spitter, or not get rid of, they're going to rework the plague spitter to I don't know why I'm putting that in here. They're going to basically make them a kind of, I think, a Native American shaman who, I don't know what he's going to be doing, like throwing spells at you or something? I'm not sure. And they're getting rid of the frost claw and making it some type of uber lumberjack mountain man type creature, zombie, not some yeti that throws. I don't know if he's going to still throw boulders at you, but they're getting rid of the whole, I guess, yeti. They gave a demo. They showed a skin that they're going to replace the plague spitter with. They did not do that for the frost claw. Some of the other things they're going to address, like clothing, I think they're going to be allowing you to put insulation, like they used to have. So yeah, there's going to be some changes. They're going to do some stuff. They're going to add, something that's already in development. They were going to give you a third-person perspective, so I guess you can see your own character for those, beautiful DLC skins you bought off them. That if you're playing in your own game like I do, you would never see it. So they're going to make it third person so you can, that kind of thing, because, got to make that money. What else did they talk about? I just watched the video like this morning, and I'm trying to remember everything that was said. I'm still trying to digest it all. But yeah, they're gonna lessen how many of those things. Like if I went up north right now and I went into the northern area, I'd be like swarmed by frost claws. They would be like every 10 steps. And the same thing when I go out in the desert, like plague spitters would be everywhere. They're going to kind of lower the spawn rate of those guys. There's going to be more loot drops with zombies. There's also some talk of legendary items, like named items, which is something cool. I think that's kind of interesting. That's kind of neat. Because one of the problems they don't have in this game is sort of what's the end game? You've gone around, you've done all these things, you're surviving, but what's the purpose, right? If in a sandbox game with a survival game, you're just surviving. But at what point, is that's all we're doing, right? We're just every day you just climb over here, fight off the horde, then go back to collecting veggies and meat and eating a sandwich later. Um, so I don't mind the inclusion of quests and putting in something that kind of gives you like a how did this all happen? Where do we go in the wasteland? Is there a military base that opened up portal to hell and animated all the dead? Something like that. Well, that's something else they're addressing the POIs, which are now on a linear track. It used to be that you just go in there and just go and find stuff, and now you have to go follow a certain path, or you might miss some of the zombies, and you might also miss the loot. Because the loot's like now in the basements or it's on the roof, so you can't just wander in and then find a room where the stuff is. No, it's always going to be on the roof, forcing you to go all the way to the top, or in some cases down into the dungeons underneath the building. It's like, yeah, okay, you know, we could do away with that. Do they all have to be like that? I don't have a problem with occasionally somebody put all their loot on the roof, but like every single POI, everything, the best stuff's on the roof or in the deep dark basement. How about just a storage room off to the right? Maybe I walk through I think in the school, there's like in the goddamn lobby. You walk into the front lobby and there's all the good loot. I mean, that can happen, right? Why does it always got to be like, tucked away in the boiler room or, over by the antenna? But yeah, we'll see. That's the thing. We don't know if they're actually going to implement these things because they've said all the way in the alpha that we were going to have bandits. Now they're talking about having bandits in the 3.0 version, but that's going to be delayed because they're going to be addressing all the problems that they had with the 2.0, which understandable. You kind of screwed the pooch on this release, and now you gotta fix it, and that's going to delay what the progress of whatever you were trying to do before. I get that. So we'll see. I don't know. I guess the proof is in the pudding. We'll see what happens when they, fix the issues that they created. And it comes back to what everybody was saying. I think Jawoodle said it, and I think other people have said it. Like a lot of people who have said it is, there were a lot of things in the game that weren't broke in the first place, and you fixed it with Band-Aids and didn't really fix it. You created more problems. So maybe just go back to having things, the way they kind of were a little bit. And there was also something else that Guns Nerds and Steel said was the game has been, in his words, dumbed down to make it easier for first-time players. So the realism and the grit and the immersion has been removed in favor of a streamlined I left my fucking headlights on. You kill the battery, dummy. So, for a streamlined game, you sacrifice the immersion and the grit. And I mean, I don't know if I would probably much prefer a game that has a little bit more serious survival tone and less, I don't know, less of that. If you're a new player, you just got to learn trial by fire, man. Get in there. And I don't mind a little stone here. This is not a tunnel I'm making for a base, by the way. This is just my stone, because I can now make cement. I don't know if anybody here went to that town hall and watched it, but I did not. Obviously, I said, but I'm hoping that the devs do something that will bring this game out of the pit that they've put it in, because right now the rating of the game is at an all-time low. The popularity of people are just very underwhelmed with what they've released in this 2.0 version. They're just, people are like, eh. And something that was a little telling I did see something that the dev said that kind of got under my skin a little, as I was watching some clips that Guns, Nerds, and Steel played, when they said about exploits, like, we don't like it when zombies dig, and they're like, well, we don't like it when people exploit in our sandbox game. And I'm like, well, then you must be talking about us too, because we paid for the game and we are part of the game, and it's our sandbox now too. We're the people who are playing this. We're the ones who are enjoying this. So that comes back to what I said in my earlier video of the adversarial, antagonistic attitude that they seem to have with the player base. And I'm hoping that that has gone away or is lessened a bit with this town hall meeting, because they seem to be responding. They seem to be listening and going, okay, we heard the complaints, and we're going to dial back on some of these things, and so on and so forth. And like I said, I hope they do, and I hope that the game has a future, and that we can get past this. And as I said in my last video too, of not the POI one, but the one previous to that one, is just, I want to have fun. I want to play a game and have fun. And I even with the ridiculous things that they've changed, I still manage to have fun. I'm still enjoying myself a little bit. There are things that annoy me, and I have voiced those, and other people who have played this and who are far more articulate than I am have also voiced this disapproval that they have. So I'm hoping that these guys, actually do something and not just pay it lip service and then go back to doing whatever the hell they want to do, because that would suck. I mean, that would really feel like a betrayal. I really do think that would be the end for me if they did something like that. If they said, "Oh, we heard you, and we're going to change things, and we're going to do this," and then yoink, turn around and go, "Ha, fooled ya," that would suck. You get some high-powered. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Like I said, I'm not as articulate as some of these other guys who have voiced this, but like I said, go over to Guns, Nerds, and Steel and watch their video on what was said and the response of the devs. Is far better laid out than what I'm doing here. I'm just rambling. I'm giving you a really gross recap. I have to re-watch it and remember everything that was said, because I'm an old man and I forget things, and it's like, what's my name again? But no, guys, I mean, yeah, I do really hope that this is a turning point where we can get a game that is close to what we remember, with a few changes. I don't mind some of the changes if they're fun. I guess that's the bottom line. If it's a fun change and doesn't break my immersion, which I forgot something. They said something else of like why some of the zombies got removed, like the cowboy and the cheerleader and the football player. They removed them because it removed immersion, and then they bring in plague spitters and fucking yetis, and that to me is like, the fuck, what are you talking about? You ruined that didn't ruin immersion for you? The goddamn Yeti and a guy who spits bugs out of his mouth? You got Imhotep over here just shooting bees at you? I don't know. That was just funny to me. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that does crack me up. Alright, food. Ooh, drinky poos. Let's put my hat away. Let's 1,500 hours. Came here to drop off shit and also to talk a little bit so you guys could, I guess, hear me ramble a little. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the number of subscribers that I've... that sounded weird, didn't it? Subscribers. Sounds like I'm going through puberty again. No, the number of subscribers on my channel has grown rather quickly in a short span of time, and I really appreciate it. It's just fun. I'm glad to see people coming here and watching this moron ride around on a mini bike through a rainy forest, about to hit a rock that he doesn't see, knock the tires off his bike, trying to unload. Okay, this way. I want to open up this map as much as I can. I want to find other stuff. Stone, I got plenty of stone at home. I am looking for... Let's see. Oh, there's a broken down car on the road. We can take that apart. Give me some iron. And some pipes. Well, some mechanical parts. There we go. God, I can't wait till I get my impact hammer. I gotta find books, man. I haven't been able to find books at the vendors. Don't mind me. It's making a lot of noise taking a car apart. Oh. Well, hello. I see you way down there, and I see you right here. Can I get you through the woods? Yep. Wah! Hey, Ian, if you're watching, that's how I shoot, God damn it. Keep telling people I'm not that shitty with a bow while they watch me, like, miss, like, every fucking shot. Trust me, it pisses me off. Hello there, sir. It's going well. It's going pretty good. I don't know where this guy went to. Where's his body? Where'd you go, you little shit? You were behind this tree line. There he is. Well, there he was. That's just the remnants of the arrow. Alright, what do we got in here? I'm hoping they allow people to bring back... Yeah, that I did notice that. That's the thing. But up to version 1.0, I predominantly used bows. And oh, that's a cop. Oh, God damn it. Ah, fell in the hole. Oh, hello. As I was saying, I predominantly use bows, so I was laughing because I have somebody else who watches me and laughs at my missing constantly. I'm like, I'm not this shitty, god damn it. I think there's I think there was an achievement for chopping up couches, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that was the other thing too. They were talking about, you know, the people wanted back the learning by doing mechanic, which I can agree with. I mean, in some respects, I understand there are things you know, I'm not going to learn how to be a nuclear physicist by just, you know, going to a nuclear power plant and suddenly fiddling with things. You know, I'm not going to learn how to do that with that. You're not learning that. I get it. But, like, there is just... And, of course, this is a game, and we don't have to get that bogged down. Oh. I don't mind so much. Hello. Some things you can learn, some things you can learn by doing, some things you have to read a book. And I wouldn't mind that so much. You know, learning how to do electronics, you know, for instance, for starters. Knowing how to, let me get some drink. You know, some things, you chopping down trees, you can kind of learn. That could be trial and error. But like how to put a car together, I would know the first damn thing on how to put a car together. Might have to read a book on mechanics to do that. Oh, I hear somebody running around. I think I've been in this house before. Yes, I have. I remember this house. Let's see. What'd you say here? I have mixed opinions on my map creation. Yeah, I have not tried to build my own maps. I'm not even sure I can do that on a console. I haven't really tried. Yeah, I mean, you do find magazines every goddamn where. And also, depending on your skill level, if you put skill points into, like, for instance, I've put skill points into spear, suddenly I'm coming across books on spears, like, everywhere. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, why would I come across these books more often? You know, just because I'm good with spears. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. How about I just get better with a spear because I'm poking you in the head with a spear? You know, I learn how to use my spear better because I stab you head. Yeah, I don't think I can either with a console. I don't think I can make my own generated maps. I could be wrong. I have not really explored that yet. I mean, that would be kind of cool if I, hosted a game. Ooh, hey, I see ya. Do 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 do. Thank you. All right, let's see, where am I going from here? Let's go up the road a little bit. It's getting late. I gotta be careful. Fucking around. There's a house on the hill. I could crank up the speed a little bit. I'll worry about that when it gets a little too late. When it starts hitting, like, oh, hello. What's going on, buddy? Just checking out the neighborhood. Thinking of buying in the area. Just checking out the neighborhood and seeing if the neighbors are... Oh, wow, look at this place. Holy shit. Isn't that... Oh, my God. It's a 5-tier... Holy Christ. Why aren't you walking towards me? That's the thing I don't get. It's like they walk sideways towards you. It's like they should be walking straight towards you. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's not like zombies have a understanding of the threat of violence. It's like, I'm pointing a bow at you. They wouldn't even know what a bow is. Fucking sandwich and nails. Crack of shit. This would be such a cool place to live in if you were in a zombie apocalypse. For real. Except for the zombies with their jackhammer hands. It would just like bust through these iron gates and stones in no time. You know. Oh, hello. Ooh, plant. Give me the plant. I wasn't even paying attention. Yucca? Give me all that yucca. Give me the yucca. Give me the yucca. Okay. It's getting brighter out. Alright. This gets hairy, which I'm assuming it's going to. Bound to be a couple ferals in here or some bullshit. Yeah. Get out of my face. Anybody else? Oh my God, look at how beautiful this place is. What the hell? What a gorgeous house. It's getting late. I'm not going to fucking explore this in the middle of the night. Am I out of my mind? See what he said here. That's what he said. I hope they listen, but then should did the questions as form because Twitch chat to crazy and people spam. Yeah, I mean people do spam and look, I know there's always going to be people who are, you know, they're going to be haters and they're just there to shit on something. And I've said something before and I meant it. I like this game. I really do. I keep playing it. You know, even with all its problems, I'm still playing it. Like I said before, I'm still trying to have fun with it. You know, I'm trying to, you know, get around the... Oh, there we go. Another vehicle box. I'm trying to get around the roadblocks that the devs themselves put in front of me. You know, and I'm just maneuvering around it. I'm just having fun. And every time they do it, I take a deep breath and just go, mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. I mean, I was playing this game on my PS4 back when it came out, and I've been playing it for ever since. I don't remember exactly when I got the game, but I played it in its infancy, and I've loved the game, and I still love the game. And I got to get home because it's fucking late. But yeah, I mean, I'm still here, still enjoying myself. You know, making videos, trying to entertain people, trying to be entertaining. Sorry, I'm busy. No time for you. Hey, look, a treehouse. Yes. No, I agree. I 100% agree that they don't need to pay attention just to the streamers. They need to listen to the community as a whole. And that's something I said early in the video, is that the stuff they addressed at this town hall is stuff that regular folks and not people just like Jawoodle and big channels point it out. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of people who like to prefer the PC on this game, and obviously many others. I'm not obviously a PC player, uh, but I don't knock it. I don't knock either one. I think both have their strong points, and some have both have their weak points. I mean, I was talking with one of my subs the other day. It was basically saying like the problem, of course, is like video cards like breaking down, stuff like that. But the one thing that somebody said, and I in one of my comment section, was that because they're trying to what do you call it? You know, make the game for consoles and PC, that there are certain things that they're trying to implement to make it easy for for the PC players to, or not PC players, console players to play in it, because they don't have the assets to to have all the stuff that a PC has. And I understand that, and that does change the game a bit, because if you're playing on a PC, there's going to be certain things you can do that I can't do, but because they're trying to make the game compatible with the both systems, it just you can't have it. It goes away, and that's a problem. That's a drawback when you're trying to you're trying to create a game that's trying to appeal to a multi-platformed game like this. Let's see what I got here. I got what is this? Peas? Chicken ration. Did I get a recipe? No. You go in the no recipe bin. Okay. Okay. I'm going to end the video. I'm not going to sit here and make you guys watch me just sit in here through the night. I don't really do a whole lot of exploring at night, but I do appreciate you guys. And Dan, thank you for your words and your comments. They're appreciated. And I hope you guys have a good night. And I'll be streaming, they're doing a live YouTube stream maybe tomorrow, or maybe even later tonight if I, get in the mood. I'm very random when I get on here. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you guys.